cloud. All right, you guys. So today we're talking about our 24-hour fast that we are going to be doing this Thursday. So I want to give you, today I want to tell you why we do it, how we do it, and I want to give you tips on how to get through the 24-hour fast. I think this might be my 6th one. So I've really learned how to get through this pretty seamlessly. The first one was fairly easy. No, sorry. It was, there are a couple things that I did not implement until after that make it easier for me. So let's talk about first the why. And I don't know that I have any slides on this one yet. Maybe I do. Hang on real quick. And then if you guys have questions or just, oh, wait, nope, I don't. No, hold on. Yeah, I don't have it, but I have a graphic that I want to show you. So let me pull that up first. Oh, here it is. Perfect. I love it when I can find things right away. All right, so let's talk about the benefits of a 24-hour fast. Can you guys see this image over here to the left?
Yes.
The purple one? I'm going to put it right in this.
Oh, no, I just see one page. It says 24hourfast.png.
Yes, that's the one I want you guys to see.
Okay.
So it's like gray and purple?
Yes.
Okay. So this is typically where we stay between a 12 and a 16 hour, right? Most of us do 16-hour, but so this is what's happening. I like this part where you just kind of explain what's happening with your body. So at 12-hour, basically what's happening is we are putting our body at a complete digestive rest so it can do what it needs to do to really tap into the resources that we provided it to, that we've provided based on what we ate, right? Based on what we fueled it. So in a 12-hour fast is standard for most people. Some people can only do 12-hour fasts. And at this point, your body is still consuming glucose that hasn't been converted to fat yet. So we're always wanting to get to our glucose resources before it turns into fat. So it's not stored, right? Well, that's what's happening at 12 hours. And at 16 hours, we begin burning the fat. It's reached all of the glucose stores, right? We've emptied out that tank. Now it's moving to the next reserve, which is our fat, and burning off our fat. So as glucose depletes, your body begins burning fat for fuel. A workout around the 16, 18-hour mark would boost it even more. And I do really enjoy working out when I'm fasted. If I wait too long though in the morning to work out, it's a little harder. So if I'm at like hour 15 and a half, it might be a little bit harder than maybe at 12 hours for me. So fasting sweet spot is the 18-hour. Many people break their fast around the 18-hour mark. Sometimes I surprisingly do that because I forget. But with the benefits just kicking off, it's the best to stick with it for a few more hours. So that's typically where people stop fasting. The second part is 20 and 24-hour fast is when your body really kicks in and burns your fat for fuel. So hour 20, your body is fat burning machine and fat is being burned and ketosis begins, especially in the following low carb diets. And we will be entering into a regular macro day. And then after the regular macro day, we will go into a 24-hour fast. And there's a reason for that. And then hour 24 is when ketosis kicks in. Once you make it to hour 24 and beyond, the health benefits of fasting continue to grow as autophagy begins. So those old cells are now being removed like toxins, and new cells are developing. So that's kind of what autophagy means. Danielle, what I was talking to Kim about earlier was that there's a lot of studies now that are showing that intermittent fasting is great to really help the biomarkers for
Alzheimer's,
Thank you.
dementia.
Today's been one of those days where I'm like, it sounds like. So I was telling her that there's a lot of studies that people are saying that there's a lot of benefit to those that are getting to the later stages of life and into, maybe it doesn't have to start in later stages of life. It can actually start earlier, but dementia and Alzheimer's. So a lot of great studies being done with that stuff. So that's kind of the benefits of the 24-hour fast. So why are we doing it? We're kicking up that burning fat more. We're burning fat every day with our intermittent fasting. Well, we're kicking it up just a notch. And we do these once a month. We do this with new clients for them to experience, so that when they continue on, if they choose to continue on as a VIP member, they get to experience it again as a community with us. So let me just make sure I'm on track with my notes. Oh, I must have closed it. So do you guys have any questions so far on the 24-hour fast while I try to pull up my notes?
I don't think, the only question I have is for the 24-hour fast, we can have water, right? So it's like no food, it's just drinking tons of water on Thursday.
Yeah, so you can, here's what I recommend. I recommend having water. Electrolytes are really important because we don't want to, there is a point where you can actually over drink water where it will harm you versus benefit you. So we always want to make sure that our sodium levels are okay. So we want to make sure we have electrolytes. Smart water is great. There's various types of electrolytes out there that are fast friendly. If you have an electrolyte that you like to drink that's not just water, let me know and we'll check the ingredients. I'll check the ingredients with you just to see, you know, where it's at and if it's fast friendly. Any other questions?
So water and electrolytes.
Yes, another one that I want to share with you is bone broth. I don't know if any of you drink bone broth. I love homemade bone broth, but there is one that I do always have on hand for a 24-hour fast. And why? Because it's one of my go-tos if I do it, and it typically happens at the last 3 hours of a 24-hour fast where I will start to get hungry. I will drink a bone broth and it will help me push through the next 3 hours. Bone broths are fast friendly. And I will share with you which one is one of my favorites. So let's see. We talked about the reasons. Let me see, make sure I covered everything. So basically, we're accelerating the fat loss. We're maintaining our skeletal mass, which some people may think that you're actually going to dip into your muscle mass when you go into a 24-hour fast, but it's not the case. There's growth hormones that are happening while we're fasting, which decreases the breakdown of amino acids for energy, therefore allowing new proteins to be built in our muscles and it protected. So we're not going to lose muscle in our 24-hour fast. There's a breakdown of amino acids for energy that really help us to maintain that muscle mass that people may think is a bad thing. The other thing that typically people think is the hangry phase, right? Decreased glucose levels, increased insulin sensitivity. The thing about bypassing the hangry phase is making sure you really hit all your macros the day before. So essentially what we're doing is we're really being aware of our macros and we are fueling our body with what it needs in order to utilize all the resources from the day before to utilize for the next day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's see. So when we do a 24-hour fast, we also become, we decrease the insulin resistance, which is good because if we are insulin resistant, we are encouraging our body to store fat. This allows the transport of glucose from our bloodstream to the cells more efficiently and prevents the storage of excess glucose for fat. So it really stabilizes our blood sugar and prevents the spike and crash of our blood sugar. So really fueling our body properly with our macros the day before is going to be really important. That I didn't do the first time, but the second and beyond, I became more aware of making sure I hit my macros really well. And it really helps to pre-plan on Wednesday for your hitting those macros. The other thing I'll talk about in a few minutes is you can open up your window of eating on Wednesday earlier so that you can close your window earlier. And I'll talk about the benefits of that. That's my new strategy that I implemented. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a good one. So basically we are allowing our body that extra time to be at digestive rest. It gives our body time to heal and prevent disease. We are healing our body from the inside out. We have the cell repair of GI tract, gut healing, ridding our body of any inflammation and better immune function. So there's so many benefits to a 24-hour fast, but our approach into it is essential. So that's the why. Now let's talk about the how. So Wednesday, we're going to talk about Wednesday, really. We're going to focus on Wednesday. Our fast is Thursday. You're going to set your timer once you're done eating on Wednesday. Okay. So this is what I recommend. Let me see some faces. So what I recommend, typically on Wednesday, I take my daughter to writing lessons and we don't get home till 6:30, which would mean I would be eating dinner about 7, finishing at like 7:30 or 8. And I don't want that for Wednesday because I want to close my window earlier on Wednesday so that on Thursday, I can actually have dinner at a reasonable time. So my plan that I typically in the past 3 fasts that I've done has worked seamlessly. So this is what mine looks like. So on Wednesday, I will know exactly what I'm eating. When I take my daughter to writing lessons, I'm taking my dinner with me and I want to close my window by 5. So I'm actually eating my dinner while I'm waiting till she's done with her writing lessons so that when I get home, my fast has already started. And then that bulk time of us actually fasting is when we're sleeping, right? So in the evening towards sleeping, we wake up, we go about our day. We're used to doing a 16-hour fast. That's no problem, right? I'll continue on drinking my water, staying aware of drinking my water. Typically at about hour 18, 19, I'll have a smart water or some type of electrolyte drink. And then when it's 2 hours before, I'll assess, am I hungry? If I'm hungry, I'm going to have bone broth. This has been my strategy that really works, that I don't feel like I've been in a fast for 24 hours. I really wish Nicole was here because she's done 48-hour fasts. I'd love to find out. Yes. But this is something that we can't do all the time, right? It's not sustainable. And our bodies aren't meant to fast for long periods of time. Shocking our system every now and then is always good. That's the same thing for when we do muscle work, right? When we want to really tone our muscles, we have to shock it a little and change things up a little. So that's kind of my protocol. I definitely would have, obviously you have water at home. electrolytes on hand, and I recommend having bone broth. So the bone broth that I like to use is called Bare Bones. Let me see if I can, have you heard of that one, Kim?
No, no, I haven't. How
can
does it
actually-
taste? I've tried bone broth before and whoa.
I know. So I agree with you. Store-bought bone broth is pretty gross.
It is really gross.
But I have made my own, and that is so
Mhm.
much better.
Mhm.
I'm trying to pull up one that I found on Amazon because oops. And to me, this one tastes fine.
Oh, good.
I will squish a lemon in it. I've
Mhm.
had their beef, and I've had their chicken. So let me share with you my screen. So this is the one, it's called Bare Bones. And the other thing that I like to do is steep ginger. So I'll
Oh, okay.
a real ginger,
Mhm.
peel it, smash it a little, and boil it in water and have it on
Mhm.
hand for a fast. And so
Mhm.
sometimes I'll just drink my ginger water throughout the day.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll mix my ginger water and my bone broth together at the end of the day, which
Okay.
is all. Bone broth is really good for your gut health. There's so many benefits to bone broth. And as there is with ginger. So, really reducing the inflammation. This one's fast friendly, and it's Amazon, so you can get it pretty quickly.
Okay. Do you put anything in with your ginger water?
No, so
Just
typically
plain
I like
ginger?
mine really peppery. So I
Right.
will peel it, give it a little smash, throw it in the water, let it boil, let it sit for 20 minutes or till it's like a caramel color, because I
Mhm.
really do like it peppery.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, those are my tips as far as like helping you through a 24-hour fast.
Okay.
Let me see if there's anything else that I want to share with you.
So I know with our regular fasting, we are to stay under, is it 50 calories? What is it for a 24? Is it the
Same
same?
thing. Same
Okay.
thing. That was a great question. So let's talk. That's kind of how I recommend doing it. That is how I recommend doing it. Now I want to talk about how you break your fast. So when you break your fast, you don't want to go into a massive, huge meal right away. One of the things that I like to do, if you watch my stories, you know that I drink a shake. First thing I do is drink a shake. That's high in protein. I mix collagen in it. That's how I break my normal 16-hour fast. It's how I will break my fast before I have dinner. It's just a gradual way to get my protein in, some carbs, and a little bit of really small amount of fat. And then I go into really eating something that's rich in protein, a little bit of carbs, and a little bit of fat. Some people will say, do we have to reach our macros that day? No. Don't worry about hitting all your macros at one sitting.
That would be really hard.
Yeah, it would be. So just have a dinner and, be happy with that. Give yourself a treat, if you'd like. I love making these baked oats, or people making these mug cakes, the microwave mug cakes, and I use oats.
Mhm.
I think I did one, if you guys want to like indulge in a dessert Thursday night, that's the one I would recommend. It's got good protein, it's got good carbs, and it's got some good fat. So you're hitting all the good things while indulging. Who doesn't
Is
love
that
that?
a recipe you can share with us?
Yeah, I
Or
will.
okay.
I'll actually put it on the page. I did I think I did a reel on it, and it has the recipe on it.
Okay.
It's really good. And I topped it off with a Greek, like, you know how it's a cinnamon baked oats. And I just microwaved it for a minute.
Mhm.
And I took like a quarter cup of Greek yogurt, put a little sweetener in it, mixed it up and put it on top as if it were icing. And it was so good.
Oh, wow.
See,
Wow.
you can still indulge and it be yummy.
Yeah.
That's my whole
absolutely.
thing that I am trying to tell people.
Yeah.
That you can really enjoy your foods, even though
Mhm.
you are trying to be healthy.
Now, so we break our fast and we eat, then do we go back into a fast?
Mhm.
Okay. Is
And then,
there,
go ahead.
should we try to do 16 hours or?
Yes. And you're going
Okay.
to see that it's just like a normal day. So I forgot to mention on Thursday, when you are at a 24-hour fast, you don't want to be doing a HIIT or a, resistance training.
Right.
You just want to go for a walk. Don't put extra stress on your body. Just, it's a normal rest recovery day is what I would call it. So,
Okay. Do you, I'm sorry. I know you do your Thrive capsules. Do you still do those during the 24-hour fast?
so I do not do my So I've done it both ways. And I kind of like what I experienced last time. So the first two I did with my capsules. And then I was asking my coach, like, should I take my vitamins? She's like, I really recommend that you don't take your vitamins. Like, you don't want you want your body at full rest.
Okay.
And then I will tell you, when it came to the next day, Friday, I took my capsules. I was like a brand new thriver. I was like, yeah, I'm back.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It brought back that high. I don't know. It felt
Yeah.
good. So
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, you would think that you
Okay.
would be dragging booty because you didn't take your
Yeah.
capsules, but it really, I don't know. You don't have to do it that way. You could take your capsules. So my friend
Okay.
Erin, who is also a thriver, she takes her capsules on a 24-hour fast. And I was like, you have to try it without.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
just
And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you could recommend any of the electrolyte drinks besides the Smart Water.
So I have not done this one, but LMT is supposed to be good. LMT. But I heard it's expensive. So I typically do Smart Water.
Okay.
If I really need a shot of, sodium, I'm reaching for pickle juice because pickle juice is good too.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay.
Things that we typically, forget about is still available to us. To
Okay.
use. So
That makes sense.
was there
Okay.
anything else? I was trying to remember if I was wanting to share more. Okay, Danielle, you weren't here when I said this. I just put myself on mute. So this 24-hour fast is not to punish you. So if you get to a point where you're just super hangry or you have a migraine for whatever reason, eat, just eat. If you can get to 20 hours, awesome. If you get to 18, awesome. It's a matter of just trying to get to another level. But this is not.
I'm not worried about that. I've done this before. I've
Oh,
done
okay, good.
fast
Awesome.
on water, so I'm not too concerned. I guess my only concern when it comes to this is just staying consistent. I just need to stay consistent with the program. That's me, but I'm not worried about the water at all.
Okay. And we do still have our check-in call tomorrow, right? So we're gonna have
I was thinking since we're already here, we don't have to check in tomorrow. I feel good.
Okay.
You pretty much answered those questions because I was wondering, when we do the 24-hour fast, I wasn't sure, like, is it the whole day for Thursday? But you said it's starting like once we finish eating on Wednesday, it starts from that time on. So
So yes,
I'm
you
okay
do-
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then I
Yeah.
just ordered while you were talking the bone broth. I've never had it. It does not sound delicious at all. But I went
So
ahead.
have lemon on hand. Like
Okay.
I think it tastes fine.
Okay.
But if you have lemon on hand, it's just a little bit of it gives it that extra flavor. What I'll do is I'll post like my ginger water. I have a ginger water recipe that I did a reel on, and then I'll do the cinnamon baked oats. And that cinnamon baked oats is great to have on hand for any other day too. Like
Mhm.
if you really need to hit your carbs, it's a great way to hit your carbs.
Okay.
It sounds delicious.
It is
Yeah,
delicious.
that does. Now that sounds delicious, Kim. The bone broth.
That's really
I'm
what I
like,
want people to really understand. And that's why I'm starting to do more recipes on my Instagram, because all I watch on TikTok are food videos. But they're recipes that I think that are healthy and that a lot of people can benefit from venturing out. Because if my menu was boring, I wouldn't be able to stay on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
So like if I do get a craving, or I'm not too concerned about it, but just if I do during the day while I'm at work, it's okay to have the bone broth. Did I
Yes.
hear you correctly? Okay. But let's say I go ahead and I am able to sustain the 24 hours. Once I'm off of the fast, I can have the bone broth for dinner, right?
Yeah,
I can,
exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So,
Okay, I got it.
all right.
Mhm, I
Do we
feel
just
good.
stick to a serving of the bone broth or?
Just one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's kind of why I have it later. It's like my go-to if I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay.
but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I feel
Sounds
good.
perfect.
All right.
I can just go to Sprouts to get the electrolyte water, because I don't really drink. I only drink water. So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. There are some times where I want to watch this video. Another trainer had sent me that, we want to make sure that our sodium levels are fine, because we don't want to have that too low.
Can I
Okay.
drink sparkling water? I'm like addicted to sparkling water, or no?
As long as it doesn't have any, extra calories,
Caffeine or-
stevia, or fiber, it should be fine.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for hopping
Thank
on.
you.
I'm like, I hope
Thank
people
you.
hop on.
Yeah, of
The others
course.
that have like, I've been checking on the others and I'm getting like major crickets. So
Aw.
I think they might have like fallen off. I don't
Well,
know.
they're missing out.
I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
showing up and taking the time.
All right.
No problem. Have a
Have
good
a good
night.
evening.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.